I wasn't even live. Okay. Hi, guys. Josh here with Inkology. If you're new to the channel, hey, Krusty, welcome. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. This is how you support your boy here as we do some art. I am an artist, all around artist, but I like ink. I think ink is one of my favorite subjects to draw in and mediums. So if you're an artist and you're learning everywhere from a stick figure to super professional charcoal, we have that, the skill sets in the Discord and in this community. And I really encourage you to join our Discord because you can share your work and get improvements on a very quick level of improvement. And we're all kind. We're not toxic. We're just artists trying to be better at what we do because we love art. And I do a lot of comic book art, but then I also do a lot of just natural, like kind of inking styles that are very complex, and that's kind of my thing. You know what I mean? We all have our thing, what we enjoy, anime or comics or Bernie Wrightson style. But today, let's say what the quote is for today. Art is chaos taking shape. Pablo Picasso. Does that make sense? Art is chaos taking shape. It's so true. Pablo, I went to the Pablo Picasso Museum when I was in Barcelona, and his art, I really didn't fancy his art that much, but whenever I went to his museum, I saw all his artwork styles, and man, that guy is so talented. It's crazy. But you got to remember, he was much older when he became kind of more popular and famous for his art. But he understood that like using your art to speak things and stuff is like it's chaos, right? And it's taking shape. Like this is chaos taking shape, right? So that's the thing going up. Yeah, I saw you going up soon, TF. So I'm going to try to finish this thing so everyone here can go watch yours right afterwards. You're up in 100 minutes, which means I have about an hour and 20 minutes, which is perfect amount of time to finish Batman and finish the characters kind of going. And the next episode, I will be doing a live of the background and how to work on background inking, which is a whole different thing than just character inking. So, yeah, I'm excited, TF. Your birthday's coming up. Boo, boo, boo. Happy birthday again. Art Shack. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if the music's too loud. I'm going to try to lower it a little bit. But let's get into it. Let's start shading a little bit and fixing up some areas that we need to be fixed up. I apparently stopped shading this part here. Part of shading in with ink is about being confident. Here's what I mean. The reason why I like, and I mentioned this multiple times before, but I want to reiterate it for anybody who's new. Inking is solidifying your decision to have the character look a certain way. And sometimes inking does not turn out well. It'll actually look crappier and you'll be like, ugh. But that forces you as an artist to be creative. And go, okay, how can I make this mess up of ink into something that's positive and let other people not see my mess up? Because people don't know, people don't understand what you've done that is on purpose or not. That's why we have abstract art. That's what that's my personal perspective of it. But yeah, so I would recommend you to practice ink, practice it well, because it is a form of kind of understanding how confident you can be more than it is being perfect at inking. All different types of form of inking. Thank you, Arshak. It's all right. It's okay. It's it's better than I thought it was going to look. I won't lie. I was super afraid. I had a lot of fear creating this piece because not only did he request Bernie Wrightson, which is like he's a master, like I'm not going to be able to copy Jim Lee, unless I replicate his image perfectly. But for me to create my own version of something and then mold it into a Bernie Wrightson style, like, ugh, terrifying. Even for myself, who's had a lot of experience in the arts of doing different types of styles, it's still scary for me. It's absolutely terrifying. But I love it. I love fear, like I love scary movies. I enjoy. Um, you know what's kind of funny is like uh, in the religion of like demon attacks in the middle of the night and kind of stuff. I've had some crazy envisionments in my life and occurrences of like, pretty much need to be exercised kind of style. It's fun. Um, but I kind of enjoy those things. I kind of like, hey, test me out. Like, go for it. If you think you're crazy evil, come attack me, see what happens. So because I'm an adrenaline rush kind of guy. I don't do skydiving. I don't do heights, which is weird. Like you would think that would be like the ultimate fear. And rock climbing on buildings and stuff without a harness, like that's insane. I don't risk my life for this kind of stuff, but I love a rush, a good rush. And inking is the closest thing to being safe on my desk and getting that rush. So I know that doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense to me. uh, yeah, no, inking it is scary as hell. It's terrifying because you know what the worst part is not actually making the lines that I'm making right now that you're watching me do. It's this thing right here. What I'm gonna mock. This has happened to me many times, and it's pissed me off. But it's doing this, Achoo! And then be like, oh my god, is there a huge line in my image? It's crazy how many times like I've done something and slipped and like messed up and like jacked up my whole image, and I had to figure out what am I going to do to fix it. And you know what? Half of the time, it comes out better than I thought because I've had to be creative and creating like a bow and arrow or an arrow shooting across, and then I have to create more arrows to make it make sense. Um, so there's a lot of things you have to do, but it's fun because that's what art's about. Is like, what are you going to mess up on? What are you going to like accidentally do? It's chaos. It's chaos. But you get to be the artist. You're the creator. How fun is that? I love it. I love it to death. I always imagine when I'm dying, and I was talking to someone today about, what does death look like, right? When you're dead, your story's over with, and what is the thing that you want to have told? And I want to have told the fact that like I love doing art. I just love it. I mean, there's a few other things I want to do, of course, too, but I want people to go, man, Josh really loved doing art. He loved it. He loved the art world. He loved being creative, and that's respectable. Because I love people who are artists even to the day they die, whether their stuff is popular or famous or not, but the fact that they did it. And inking is one of those things that I've always seen as like the coolest art form to me. I don't know. I mean, there's cooler art forms, I'm sure, like with like oil and stuff, but to me, inking is like it makes me feel good when I look at someone else who's inking artwork. Classical inking is so brilliant. It truly is. Okay, so today, yeah, Bob Ross. The reason why I can actually do this is because of Bob Ross. So I owe a lot of my art skills to Bob. I had a Bob Ross art kit when I was younger. It wasn't actually his. It was probably from those people who screwed him over, those pieces of dookie crap. If you ever saw the documentary of Bob Ross, it's messed up, man. Those people should be in jail. Treat a man like that. How dare they? How freaking dare they? But hey Frozzy, welcome. But yeah, he encouraged me because he taught me to not be so hard on yourself. He's like, you gotta paint these happy trees. These happy trees, look how nice they are. They're just blowing in the wind. How nice is that? Oh, I made a little mistake, but that's okay. Mistakes happen in life, and life is about mistakes. It's how you overcome them. We're gonna make that tree into a happy tree now. I'm like, dude, that positivity is so contagiously great. I love it. So I want to create that for Inktology. I want Inktology to be a community of people who are like, dude, you made a mistake. It's okay. Life goes on. It works. Let's work with it. And that's what most of you who are part of the community are. You guys are pretty much a Bob Ross to me. So I thank you all for that. And hey, Krusty. Hey, Arch. Sorry, you're just saying. I said Frozzy. I already said hi to Frozzy. Sorry, I'm trying to go fast because I want to make it for TF's his birthday live stream. TF is a great artist, and he does really cool comic book characters, and I love it. They're really good stuff. But I don't know why I'm working on Spider-Man right now. I said I was going to do Batman's cape, so let's move over to Batman's cape, and let's zoom in so you guys can get some. Also, happy Friday. If it's Friday wherever you're at, I don't know if it is, but happy Friday. Ooh, hold on, I gotta fix this real quick. Okay. Batman's cape. We're going to turn him sideways so we can get a better, smoother wrist action. Supposed to do an oil change today. Didn't end up doing it. Kind of sad. Okay. His birthday's on the 19th, I think it is, but he's having a birthday live stream shortly, which is cool. That's why I asked you guys if you guys want to do a collab together, get on the live stream, and just like all of us, like maybe there's 3 or 4 of us or 5 of us, however many we can get, and just like live stream and draw together. I think it'd be fun to have you guys, we all just draw together, have fun. Whether it be like super impressive or not, I don't think that should matter. I think it should just matter that we're having fun together, drawing a similar subject, That's my thought, at least. But you guys don't have to do that. I get it. It's kind of harsh and difficult. John. Who is that? Are you talking about who is that as the TF character? TF is a magical elf-like character from YouTube who is an amazing artist. He is truly, truly talented. He has a live stream. He's coming up soon. You should definitely join if you can. Support artists every way we can, because that's what we do. We support each other. Yeah, I would love to be on live stream with you guys and just draw. So if you guys want to do that in the Discord, just let me know, and then we can figure out a way. I got to figure out if OBS Studio allows it, or I have to get StreamYard to do it. Yeah, even if you can't draw, that's fine. That's what it's about. It's like just having fun with other artists. It has nothing to do with like impressing each other. Like, we're not in the game to impress each other. We're in the game to get better where we want to get better, and just have fun with other artists where, because the art scene's a difficult scene. Like, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I've gone to art, not clubs and stuff where like there's all these like meet other artists and do stuff like that. Especially in LA, there's tons of them. I mean, it's LA. But it's still, even when you go to these things, it's super difficult. It's super hard to talk because like it's all like showy, these guys are really good at art, so then you don't feel comfortable really saying stuff to them, and it's tough stuff. So I wanted to create a space that there is some freedom to just be yourself and not worry about all that jazz, because none of us care about that jazz, So I think we're getting there. I think the community that we have is just really spectacular. Now I'm coloring in his head. Yeah, drop the link for TF. That'd be good for everybody to have in the comment section or on the chat. when I'm coloring in, someone might think like, oh, okay, Josh, how do you know what you're going to color in all black and how you're going to start feathering out with different lines and cross hatching and stuff like that? So what I do is, if you haven't done it in pencil, you can just kind of imagine where the light source is, and keep your mind in the fact that like, okay, the light source is probably coming from up here, it's shining this direction, maybe more like this, right? More like that. Now, is it purely accurate? No. I've got shadows on the back of Spider-Man here, but it doesn't really match 100% with some of the shadows here. But we know that this is being lit up and that his legs are being lit up, so the light source must be coming from this direction. Now, I try to just black in as much as possible because A, it looks really good. B, it helps you with less work later if you try to cross hatch every shade, you know. And then there's little techniques of like knowing where the cheekbone starts and begins will help you kind of create the right shadows that you need to create. Okay. Nice. Great job. Thanks, Frozzy, for going over into his stuff. That's how we do it. We support each other. Okay. So we got Batman going. Let's get some of these like lines drawn in here. Smooth it out. Get the details in. Get the outline in. I'm using Micron 01. Probably could use a bigger outlining pen. You can see here I messed up a little bit. But it's okay. I can always fix that just by making it darker. No one will know. Unless you tell people. Let's draw this little piece of building. So I was looking into today how to get a publisher for what's a good publisher for the comic strips comic books that we're creating on Discord. If we're all creating like 3 to 5 pages, we already have like 6 or 7 people involved in it, then that's pretty much, that's like what 6 times 4 is 24, right? So like that's 24 pages. That's pretty much a comic book. We can create a short story of different versions of this character doing the cowboy in India, and I want to put it on. I think I'm going to do Amazon Kindle or Amazon Publishing, because that way people can purchase it for real affordable prices, get it internationally if they want the hardback or the softback, and we can just have fun with getting our name out there and really showcasing it. And I figured, I was like, okay, so how do I deal with the idea of I have to get people to sign a contract. We all have to sign a contract of protection that you know what you're signing into. I'm not making full profit off of it. I might take 1% because I have to create the book and put it together and format it and write everybody's names and build it out and put it into a PDF and then take care of any kind of shipping issues. The emails will come to me, and so it's kind of like, kind of like maintenance fee. So I might take 1 to 3% depending. I don't think I'll take more than 3%. But I think the rest of it, what we could do is either put it into a fund where like we can donate the money to like an orphanage of kids who want to learn art, or like some kind of organization like that. I think that'd be super cool. So if you guys know of any organizations you want to support and you're like, this would be great, please let me know. That'd be super sick. Because this kind of project, I'm not caring about making money off of. It's not my reason for doing it. But I would love to help us get our names out, and I want to build. I mentioned yesterday a publishing company of Inkology, being helping people who want to create their own comic books and stories, help them create it, whether they think it's good or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to gatekeep, in a sense, like Marvel or DC or even Image Comics and Top Cow. If you have a story, I want to be able to publish it, as long as it's not violently aggressive, like not anything that's racist or stuff like that. It's got to be somewhat tasteful, but your art skills shouldn't matter, is what I'm saying. So I'm trying to build that out, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. So I was researching it today of like, what's a good way to publish, and they said Amazon's a really good way. So I might do Amazon. But we'll see. Why am I still working on Spider-Man? Come on, Josh. Work on Batman. Not even in camera, I think. Also, I'm not even in focus. That's even worse. So what you guys got plans for the weekend? Anything cool? I know some of you guys are sick. That's not cool. I hope you're feeling better. As well as a kiddo. Being sick in the summer is the worst. Get all that sunlight. You should be out there having fun. Oh, you just started practicing in the last 2 days. Nice. Good stuff. How are you liking it, Frozzy? You feeling comfortable with it already after 2 days? Just waiting on the plumber or the Palmer? What's a Palmer? I'm sick but healthy. Yeah, you're pretty sick. TF. Because I'm preparing to ink comics, so I gotta warm up and calibrate my inking settings. Oh yeah, that's true. You gotta calibrate them. Gotta get ready. You gotta be, know what you want to ink out, how to style too. Plumber, yeah. That's a plumer. I think you should add a B after the BM. I think that's plumber. Dude, you got me messed up now. I don't even know if I'm spelling it right. Plumber has to come out to fix your toilet. Man. I have fever vision, so everything is out of focus. Oh, no. Being sick is the worst. I get sick once a year, and I think I already went through my sickness, where you think you're going to die, that kind of sickness, and then you just overcome it, and somehow you're back to normal. Yeah, that's my life right there. Yeah, if you're doing digital, you need to get the right brushes that taper and do the right stuff. Otherwise, it could be pretty crappy. A stray cat scratched you and you got really sick? Bruh. Bruh. Sounds like you might have rabies. You know what I mean? Like, you need to get that checked out. Don't let it sit. Cats are freaking. They can have all kinds of diseases. You gotta get checked out. You don't want to get sick from that crap. Not worth it. Darn cats. We can't have you die. We need you to produce more art, Frozzy. So you don't have a choice. You can't die. That's not an option. Okay? Wasn't really sure what I'm going to do with his. Yeah, Frozzy. I'm glad that you're taking antibiotics. Freaking Catwoman jacking you up, huh? I wasn't sure what I'm going to do with the texture of his cape. I was thinking about doing like this cross-hatching texture thing, but I don't really know yet. I'm still debating whether or not it'll look cool that way. I'll have to figure it out after I'm done. It's one of those things you have to wait till you're done fully to fill in the back cape. But you can fill in the rest of the information and really design it out. Mommy Catwoman. Mommy Catwoman. Okay, let's do the other outline of his cape. Ay, ay, ay. Darn, music's making me sleepy. I need to change it up. I can't have this nonsense on me. What's going on? Music lo-fi? I don't want music lo-fi. I want something like a little bit more try this. What is this? Oh, here we go. Whew, a little bit more upbeat. Cracking my brain. After I get off of this, I have to walk my dog, but then I'm going to make some ramen noodles. Who likes ramen noodles? I love ramen noodles. So I spent the last 10 years mastering ramen noodles. I know you're like, okay, how can you master it? It just comes in a package and you just boil it and put the ingredients in. Well, I met a Korean chef when I was a manager of a guest house. He was staying with us for a while, and I asked him to teach me how he would imagine like the best way to create the ramen noodles, to be better, to be the best that they should be, to taste the way that Koreans would have it taste. And he didn't do the greatest job, that's for sure. But I learned a few tricks. When you make ramen noodles, you don't want to buy the crappy Manchurian or whatever it's called ramen noodles. You want to go buy real ramen noodles from like a Japanese or Korean place. Korean's got a really good selection. Japanese ramen is totally different. It's much more salty. It's a little bit more like, it's not spicy or anything like that. But what you want to do is you start boiling your water. You break open your packaging, right? And they have a few ingredients. They have the noodles that are square, and then you have this little this little powder package with the powder inside, and then you have one with vegetables in it, like dried up green onions or kimchi or something like that, whatever it may be. So what you do is you get the boiling water, throw the noodles in there, break it in half, throw it in there. That way the noodles aren't too big, and let it boil for like a minute, and then you start stirring it, right? And you stir it a little bit. And then once you start stirring it and it loosens up, right when you do that, you throw in the red powder, right? And the red powder will start soaking into the noodle itself. And you start stirring it, it's going to foam up, and then you want to pull some off the top foam off and throw it away, or just like lower the heat. And you keep stirring it for about another like 30 seconds or so. And then you throw in chopped garlic. That's key, very key. Chopped garlic and throw it in there. And then throw in the vegetables and let that cook for about another full minute on high heat, and then it starts just keep stirring it and stuff like that, and those vegetables will start to expand. And then you throw in an egg, crack open an egg and drop in a nice egg in there, and then you don't stir it. You don't want the egg to kind of like flutter around the stuff. You let the egg stay at least somewhat solid in of itself, and you just stir it on the outside, and then you'll see the noodles. So you're about 3 or 4 minutes. You're about 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes in, and you pull it out. The egg's not cooked, and the noodles aren't fully cooked. And you throw it in a bowl. And then while it's in that bowl, what is with this intense music? While it's in that bowl, you've got a minute of it cooking itself still. So it's still cooking while it's in that bowl because it's so hot. And then the egg will solidify, and then the vegetables will expand, and then the noodles won't get to the point where they're soggy, because you don't want soggy noodles, right? That's not how Asians do it. We don't do soggy noodles. So then you let it sit for a minute, and then it's ready to eat, and then you just go at it. You know what I mean? That's the way to do it. And that's the way to do legitimate ramen noodles from the store in a package. You break all the berries. Seaweed sounds great. I love seaweed in my noodles. I throw mushrooms in mine, and my students used to tell me they love it. So this is my favorite kind of ramen noodle. If it's spicy, you throw a piece of American cheese on top at the end. And the American cheese, because it's like a processed cheese and stuff, it'll start to melt correctly and it'll stick to all the noodles. So when you're eating the noodle, you have this creaminess to it. And if you throw some diced small cherry tomatoes on top, it takes the acidity to a different level, and you have a whole different vibe of like quality ramen noodles. Highly recommend you try these things, because it'll just blow your mind. My students are like, yeah, teacher, try tomatoes in your noodles. I'm like, that sounds disgusting. And I tried it, and they were 100% right. It was phenomenal. I was like, what has just happened? Something with the tomatoes. They do some weird thing, and it just works out. And the American cheese, of course, who doesn't love cheese? But then because it's spicy ramen sauce, oh my gosh. So good. All right, my battery's dead. We're going to go on a commercial break and let me replace the battery. 2-minute break, guys. Put you on a commercial real quick. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right. Hope you liked that little commercial break of Myanmar when I was there. Ooh, the light's brutal. Still like another minute of that video left, but I'll save it for another time. Just a filler video. Okay. Sorry. All right, let's finish up some Batman stuff. Let's get this inking in. So what's your favorite Batman movie? What do you guys think? I think my favorite, other than Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan, I'd have to say that Tim Burton's Batman is pretty good. It's pretty epic, actually. Yeah, I would say Dark Knight is my favorite because it's so intense. And then you got the one with, the Penguin and Catwoman. There's something about it that's just raw. So tomorrow I work Saturday, which is kind of cool because we're having an event for the If movie, And I think I might be able to meet Ryan Reynolds since I'm working that night. Hopefully that theater too. Um, I don't know. It'd be cool to see Ryan Reynolds and like, you know, chat with him if I get an opportunity to. I don't know. I hope he's there. I hope he's there. I don't know. He's supposed to be doing like an If event for the movie If, but I don't know. It's one good thing about being in LA. You always get to meet wild people. Who is beating up goons in Batman versus Superman? Really? Interesting, Frozzy. That's a cool scene. Art Shack, The Dark Knight for sure. Oh, Saving Martha? Yeah. Dark Knight with Heath Ledger? Yeah, I love it. It's an amazing, R.I.P. Heath Ledger. So sad. He did such a good job. He's like the Kurt Cobain of acting back in the day. Interesting, they're coming out with a Penguin TV show. I think on HBO. I think it is. I don't know if it's HBO, but it's like with Colin Farrell and everybody from the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Which was a good Batman too. Always straight out of the video game. You know what? I tried playing the games, but I never got to finish them. I liked it. I just never. I always switched systems at the time, so never got to enjoy actually finishing the game. I'm sad about that because it seems really cool, really dark. I like how dark and gritty it is. I think I played Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman's a beast. For a human, he like crushes it. Can't really get better than that dude right there. I liked in Batman Vengeance, I think it was, with Robert Pattinson, how he fights too. In that one scene where he's like, I'm vengeance. And he like just destroys these these punks that are all painted up. It's like, dude, that's Batman. He shouldn't have mercy. Batman's not about mercy. Yeah, he doesn't kill anybody, but he definitely jacks them up so hard that they can't think straight ever again. Oh, Batman. Yeah. I do too. Bruce Wayne kind of overshadowed everything, which kind of sucked because, like, we know Bruce Wayne, but we want to see Batman do Batman stuff, right? Like, you know what I kind of was disappointed in? It wasn't enough bat wing, bat bike, bat like utensils. Like, he didn't use his grappling hook as much. He didn't use all these tools that Batman's known for. And I was like, Batman has all these gadgets and like vehicles and stuff that he should be like whipping out. This is Batman. My battery's about to die. Yeah, Batman has the best villains, that's for sure. Who's your favorite villain? Mine's Mr. Freeze. Other than the Joker by Heath Ledger, it's Mr. Freeze. Everybody, chill. It's definitely Arnold Schwarzenegger being the Freeze. Like, that's so funny to me. I love it. Arnold as Freeze, and then Riddler as Jim Carrey. Like, that made perfect sense. I might have just watched that tonight just for fun because it's such an epic movie. You had you had Robin, you had all these other actors in there. Chris something, I forgot his name. Who was the girl? She used to play. She played in. Oh my gosh, I can't think of anything right now. Two-Face. Two-Face was great. I love Two-Face. He didn't scare me one bit. I mean, if he scared you, you know, that sucks. But at the same time, it's just two faces. He's got a good face and a bad face. Okay, I gotta figure out how to do his glove again. It's very hard. So you have to decipher what's a highlight and what's a like a definition for the muscle. You know. Oh, dude, Bane. Hold on, wait. I just missed a few things. Two-Face, when I was a kid, scared me. I like the demon possessed half of Harvey Dent's face. Oh yeah, I know. I like how the cartoons camera angles turn depending on whether he was Harvey or yeah. The cartoons was amazing and his voice change. Yeah, Bane was I loved Bane. I love Bane because he was like the most like strong, crazy, like kind of imbecile kind of character, but then he was also like I don't know. He was fantastic. I like how they portrayed him in the movies as well because he was kind of an intelligent guy, not such like a idiot brute force, but more of like, you know, this guy who just was dedicated to what's her name, which I thought was cool. League of Shadows lady. Very cool to me. Poison Ivy. I love Poison Ivy too. She was awesome. But all around, Catwoman, she wins. Like, she's so cool. How can you beat Catwoman, you know? The villains in movies don't get enough credit because they work so well and they work so hard to create this like very like, you know, injustice kind of character that is against the main protagonist. That's hard work, you know, that's a lot of work. Oh yeah, for sure. You don't think the movie did? Well, okay, you're right. It didn't do him justice. Because Toothface is the one character they didn't do justice because not only did he become Toothface way too late in the movie, but he wasn't as two-faced as he should have been. Like in the cartoon, he was like devious. Like he was as bad as the Joker sometimes. You know what I mean? But in the movie, they kind of kept him where he was just kind of battling whether he loved, whatever her name is, Batman's girl ex kind of thing or not. That wasn't cool. I thought that was kind of lame. Because Two-Face came out and was just like hardcore deviant. But, they were focusing on the Joker anyways. They weren't really focusing on Harvey Dent or Two-Face in that fashion. Like Batman Forever and Batman. Was it Batman Forever? Was the Robin and Batgirl and everybody, Mr. Freeze, the Riddler, Poison Ivy, and everybody was in there. I think it was. It was hilarious. But they did it though. All right. He's looking good. Oh, yeah. I remember all those guys. Deathstroke. I used to love Deathstroke. I used to have his toy. I loved Deathstroke. Scarecrow was okay. I didn't like Scarecrow, really. Harvey's childhood was filled with abuse, and he craved justice and became a... Oh, yeah. Oh, because he turned ugly. That's true. I guess you're right. I totally forgot about his origin. That's right. It was the acid. Yeah. Well, Killer Croc was so far out there for, I think, the movie standards, They couldn't really do Killer Croc any kind of justice. Even like Suicide Squad with some of these bad guys, I'm like, just like, kind of like, whoa, 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 what are you guys doing? Harley Quinn? Harley Quinn was the most disappointing character of them all. They casted a really, really, I guess attractive kind of character, but then like that's what they just depended on, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Harley Quinn's not about attractiveness. She's about craziness. She's about chaos. Oh, Clayface was good. Yeah, Clayface was amazing. So I kind of felt bad about the whole like, ooh, I was about to draw red, dude. Why is this in my lineup? Yikes. Clayface was too strong. Yeah, probably, yeah. But tell you the truth, even Joker, he shouldn't have survived all those things. Like he's just a human, right? Like he doesn't really have any powers like Croc or Clayface or oh shoot, Deathstroke or any of these guys. They don't have any of these kind of things, but yet he was the one who survived mostly, which kind of like was confusing how that even happened. Not really sure how that happened, but I mean, like, you gotta have a character who's matching, you know, Bruce Wayne's style. Well, let's see what time it is. It's 6 o'clock. I started at 5, so it's an hour. We've got about 20 more minutes. My iPad's about to die, so then I won't be able to respond whenever you respond. Like if you're texting, I won't know because I use my iPad for my kind of visuals to see the responses. I'll try my best though. Okay, so let's get back to Batman and his cape. Zoom out a little bit. So we've done good with his black gloves, and we've done good with his stuff. Now for the cape. I want to try to knock this out quickly. So his cape should be black. It's very dark. I have to make sure to remember that the background's going to have these lighter tones go further back. And I'm going to use thinner brushes like this 005. But for his cape, I want to have a texture to it. But it needs to match the flowingness of his thing. And this is a risk, okay? I want to let you guys know that this is something I have no idea if it's going to work out. I really don't. I'm just taking a notebook from Bernie Wrightson's style of flowing lines, and I'm hoping and praying that this is going to work out because I really have no idea. I have no freaking idea, honestly, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I don't know. But here's how I'm going to protect myself. Since the light source is coming this direction, what's going to happen is I'm going to keep a certain amount of white spaces for protecting the detail, the lack of detail. So obviously his head shadow is going to create something, so I need to create some lines here. Okay, and then here I can bring it down because there's more light coming, then it hits this part. And then from here I can bring this down. Okay, and then we'll go from here to bring up the light hitting that. This will be all light because the light is hitting. Maybe I can bring in a little bit here. And then we have a bend in the fabric here. I don't recommend this to anybody. I'm just going to admit that right now. Like this is me attempting the Bernie Wrightson off the whim, not off of study. I can try it on another piece of paper, but I have to redraw the entire cape, and that's like it's a hassle to redo that. I like to be bold and really give it to the paper. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's stick it to the paper. Confidence. Remember? Confidence, my friend. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing an outline of where I don't want, like all these spaces in between here will be white. And I will darken in everything from there on where these lines are being created. So everything on the outside will be dark. It'll be like lots of detail. Maybe I will do that for that part, but the rest, I can go up forward and then yeah, there we go. And then maybe come across here a little bit. Very ballsy what I'm doing right now. But if you don't try, you know, you never know. Okay. You can do it. Yeah, that's true. You can. So now what do I do from here? Now I take this 5 may be too thin. I might have to go back to the 1. I mean, maybe even no. Let's try the 5 for now. No, let's do the 1. Let's do the 1. Thicker line would be more dark, and that's when he his here it is. So let's try it out. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to zoom in. I don't know until it's done. Does it look good? I don't know. Doesn't look bad yet. It hasn't hit like the terrible mark yet. You know what I mean? Oof, it's rough. It's rough. It's terrifying. I must say, this is like extremely terrifying for me. Not only is my pen not really producing ink the way it should, but taking a huge gamble whether or not this is the shading that I want it to look like. Okay, my freaking laptop just died. Darn it. Oh well, that's life. From the camera's perspective, it looks pretty good. It's coming together. It's just I think I need to be more confident in my darkness. And I think it's gonna be just fine. Yeah, I think it's coming together. I think if I do the entire thing like this, except for at least some spots, I might fill in a lot of this because this is too white. Right, I need a... No! My pen slid off the paper for a second, so it jacked up his... Darn it! Yeah, dude, I totally stopped breathing there for a second. Like, it's hard. This is where the art style of inking really tests your patience. You know, like, it's no fun. So for example, like right here, you know, you see the two different shades of darkness. There's this line because I started here again. You have to press down on the paper and move forward, and then it gets lighter. It's like, well, why is that there? Like, what does that mean to the viewer? So I have to try to protect that and make that into a wrinkle, kind of like a different layer where it gets darker going further back, which sucks because like I don't want to do that. Like that wasn't my original intention. So my strokes are heavier this way. I mean, it's coming out just fine. It's coming out fine. I'm not saying that it's anything wrong, really, but it's still stressful. It's still like heavily stressful because this is where like one jacked up little line could really make you have to alter the whole entire image, and you got to make sure you're okay. I'm gonna have a heart attack. It's most likely what's gonna happen. Especially when the pen doesn't produce the ink that you're needing it to ink. Like, why are you not producing the color, the thickness? Like right here, I'm having issues with the ink not producing. I wonder if it's running out. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Josh. It's okay. Dude, you're all right. You're all right, my friend. Okay, yeah, this part's looking better. Yeah, there we go. It's looking good. Yeah, Bernie's was definitely a brush and a nib. That you're 100% right on that, and that's where the difference is in me and him. Um, but the problem is I don't have a brush and a nib that I trust. That's the issue. I don't have it. Like I have them, but I don't trust them. Not only in the fact that I don't think I could confidently do lines like that unless I like to do it exactly like his is what messes me up. But to do my own version of his is where I'll be fine. But like using the nib, I don't have much ink left. I don't know if you watched the episode that I spilt this entire black ink all over my desk. I wonder how much I have. Oh yeah, I have such a small amount, and I gotta finish the Samson and Delilah with this. 'Cause I don't want to buy another one, because I'd have to buy the same black deleter that has a gloss to it, compared to the matte finished one. So, you know, these things aren't cheap. Yeah, I can definitely blend it. I could. Just a pain in my butt though to do it. I only have like, oh shoot, I have 4 minutes left, guys. We have to get on TF's live stream. Get on there. I have to go walk my dog too. I have so much to do. But this is a good start. I think this is a good start. I think it's like it's not as bad as I'm making it seem for sure. It's definitely coming together quite nicely. It's just like it's still terrifying because if I sneeze or I do something that might like mess up the line work, then I have to go back and fix it. So. Well, thank you. Thank you, Krusty. I appreciate it. A little janky here. But it looks good. It's kind of rugged. I like the ruggedness of the Batman's cape. It's not bad. All right, guys. It's closing into the end of the live stream. It is Friday. I hope that you guys, if you're creative, go create. Thank you for joining. If it's your first time, please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, Krusty, that's exactly bats in black, and making it detailed while still maintaining some highlights. It's really tough. But thank you. I appreciate that you like it. I appreciate that it inspires you. I hope it does inspire you to draw, because you're an artist, and I want to see some of your work. We're all aspiring artists. But yeah, so far that's what we did with the cape. You can see that it has its depth to it. It's getting there, and I have to do the rest of his body and kind of build out the blackness to Batman, right? But his cape has got to be the easier detailing here, or not the easier, but the harder detailing, because it's smooth straight lines. Where here I can make shorter lines. The long lines are tougher to create. Yeah, with the whole piece designed like this, I think it's going to be quite a masterful piece of work. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me further, you can always join me on Patreon. If you want to join Instagram, you can definitely go there to exo.chocolam or Inktologist. And if you haven't already joined the Discord, that's where we're mainly at. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be on Monday with some new content. Hopefully this will be a little bit more filled out, so you guys don't have to watch me fill out the entire thing. How boring, right? But you guys rock and roll. And remember, creating art is chaos, right? I think that's the thing it says. But I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you all feel better. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you do some art. And remember, you're amazing. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios, guys.